So, good day everyone. We are from Group 2 and I am Jamaica together with my group mates namely Shane and Krisha. We'll be discuss about the findings we gathered from the wave properties, telescope and the atmospheric effects. So, the universe unveiled a 100-point astronomy challenge. Next slide. To begin with the wave properties, next. So here, the key findings we have about the wave is that waves are disturbances that transport energy from one location to another. When we say disturbances, it is something that alters the environment from its equilibrium state. So the first thing to understand about wave is that they transfer of energy from one location to another using that disturbances but do not transfer matter. We can say that matter takes part on the propagation of waves by transferring the disturbance, hence the energy is transferred by the position of the matter remains unchanged. For the second, there are three main properties of wave. First is amplitude. The amplitude of a wave is its height, which is commonly measured in meters. It is directly proportional to the amount of energy carried by the wave. In other words, this pertains to how far the medium moves from the rest position or equilibrium state. Is it crest and trough or compression and refraction? Also, it is directly proportional, meaning the larger the amplitude, the more energy a wave carries. Another property is the wavelength, the distance between one point on a wave and the same location on the next wave. To simplify, it describes how long the wave is. It is the distance from crest to crest or distance from trough to trough. And the last main property is the frequency, how many waves pass a point in 1 second. The unit of measurement is hertz. The higher the frequency, the greater the energy in the wave. This only means the number of pulses produced in second. The unit hertz is named after the German physicist Heinrich Hertz, who made the important scientific contribution to the study of electromagnetism. Like in amplitude, it is also directly proportional. The higher the frequency, the greater the energy. So next. So proceed to the electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum shows several types of electromagnetic radiation such as radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-ray, and gamma rays. The visible light spectrum is the portion of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can see. Electromagnetic spectrum is the type of electromagnetic waves as classified according to the medium where it does not require a medium to propagate. It describes all kinds of light including those the human eye cannot see, where in fact most of the light in the universe is invisible to our eyes. Like what I have said earlier, the visible light is the portion that we can see. So radio waves, microwaves, infrared radiation, visible light, ultraviolet radiation, X-ray, gamma rays, and cosmic rays make up the full range of electromagnetic spectrum in increasing order of frequency and decreasing order of wavelength. The electromagnetic spectrum is the range of all types of electromagnetic radiation. Radiation is the energy that travels and spread out as it goes. The visible light that comes from a lamp in your house and the radio waves that comes from a radio station are two types of electromagnetic radiation. The other types of electromagnetic radiation that make up the electromagnetic spectrum are microwaves, infrared light, ultraviolet light, X-ray, and gamma rays. So, electromagnetic spectrum gives the entire distribution of electromagnetic radiation according to frequency or wavelength. We might encounter each portion of the electromagnetic spectrum in our day-to-day life. So, and these are some application of electromagnetic waves are first, Röntgen's X-ray became valuable in medicine for detecting a variety of diseases and bone abnormalities. So Röntgen quickly found the X-ray would pass through a human tissue too, rendering the bones and tissue beneath visible. The news of His discovery spread worldwide, and today, hospital was using X-ray not just as detecting a diseases and bone abnormalities, but also to locate a gunshots, bone fractures, kidney stone, and swallow object. And another is Hertz's discovery of radio waves and microwaves cleared cleared the path wireless television, radio, and mobile communication. For example, in radio waves, this captures radio waves emitted by the radio station, bringing your favorite tunes. Also, the radio waves are used in universe by emitting it by stars and gases in space. Another is microwave that will help us to cook our popcorn in just a few minutes, but also used by astronomers to learn about the structure of nearby galaxy. So next slide. So the electromagnetic spectrum can be described as the range of all types of electromagnetic radiation in basic terms. In a vacuum, all electromagnetic waves travel at the same speed as light. For different forms of electromagnetic waves, however, the wavelengths, frequency, and photon energy will vary. Here we can see the diagram of the electromagnetic spectrum. It is comprised of all frequency of electromagnetic radiation that propagate energy and travel through space in the forms of wave. Longer wavelengths with lower frequency make up the radio wave spectrum. Shorter wavelengths with a higher frequency make up the gamma ray. The portion of the spectrum that we can see is called the visible spectrum. Our eyes detect electromagnetic waves that are only the size of the virus. Our brain interprets the various energy of visible light as different colors ranging from red to violet. Red has the lowest energy and violet is the highest. Beyond the red and violet are many other kinds of light our human eyes can see. Much like there are sounds where our ears can't hear. So proceed to the next finding.
Good day everyone. Today let's talk about the telescope and the principles of reflecting and refraction. Next po. Okay. First is reflecting telescopes, which were invented by Sir Isaac Newton. Use mirrors instead of lenses. So the primary mirror, often concave, gathers light and reflects it to a focal point. Reflecting telescopes have several advantages. Mirrors can be made much larger than lenses, allowing them to collect more light and observe fainter objects. Additionally, mirrors do not suffer from chromatic aberration, a common issue with lenses where different colors of light are focused at different points, causing blurry images. And next is refracting telescopes. These were the first types of telescopes ever invented, with their design dating back to the early 17th century. Refracting telescopes use lenses to gather and focus light. The main component is the objective lens, which bends or refracts light rays to converge at a focal point, creating an image. So when light passes through the curved glass of the objective lens, it changes direction. This bending of light, known as refraction, allows allows the telescope to magnify distant objects, making them appear closer and clearer. Next po. So, yon. Sabi po dito, ang mga astronomers daw ay gumagamit ng telescopes para ma-detect ang various sections ng electromagnetic spectrum. So, ang bawat uri ng telescope ay nakakakita lamang ng isang bahagi ng electromagnetic spectrum. Meron daw siyang radio telescope, infrared telescope, optical telescope, at iba pa. And ang atmosphere daw ay nagdudulot ng pagbabaluktot kahit sa nakakakitang liwanag. Kaya yung mga umiikot daw po na telescope ay nagbibigay ng mas malinaw na mga image. For example, yung Hubble Space Telescope na nasa labas ng atmosphere ng Earth at kumukuha ng napakalinaw na mga larawan ng malalayong bagay sa kalawakan. Yan lang po.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing how the Earth's atmosphere affects astronomical observations. Next po. Firstly, the Earth's atmosphere plays a significant role in our ability to observe celestial objects. While it protects us from harmful solar radiation, it also reflects a large portion of it, making observations at certain wavelengths weaker. One key effect is light scattering. This occurs when particles in the atmosphere cause light waves to deviate from their intended paths, which impacts the clarity and accuracy of our observations. Another important effect is absorption. The atmosphere absorbs most of the sun's X-rays, ultraviolet and infrared energy. This absorption is crucial for maintaining a stable temperature on Earth's surface, preventing it from becoming excessively hot. Next slide po. Continuing with atmospheric effects, let's talk about seeing. The phenomenon of seeing refers to the way atmospheric conditions affect our perception of celestial objects. For instance, sunlight causes nitrogen in the atmosphere to scatter, creating the blue sky we see during the day. During sunrise and sunset, the light travels through more of the atmosphere, which scatters the shorter blue wavelengths and allows the longer red wavelengths to dominate, resulting in beautiful red skies. Additionally, movements within the atmosphere can cause stars to appear to twinkle. These light shifts in the atmosphere create variations in the starlight's path, making stars seem to change intensity and position slightly. Understanding these atmospheric effects is crucial for astronomers as they can significantly impact our observations and interpretations of the night sky. That's all po. Thank you.
That's all po, and we hope that you learn something about our topic. Thank you.